guys, it's GAEHM 2009 here, back with another video, and I'm really sorry about the beginning. I was trying to position my camera to stay still and to actually focus on me, or so you guys can see me. So anyways, I don't know if you guys remember, but back when I started on YouTube, in my description box on my channel, I wrote has a broken hip or broke my hip. It's true, guys, and I just want to tell you guys the story. Just for any of you guys who are out there that either went through what I went through or is going through what I went through, and to tell you guys you aren't alone. Somebody is with you who has this or who went through this. Just so you guys are not alone and you're not scared, because I understand I was completely scared when everything happened. Okay, so first off, it's a really long story, so you guys may be bored of this, but may not be, so I might as well get it started. So anyways, 4 or 5 years ago, back in 2009, I was 12 years old. When my incident happened, it was right before a week before my 13th birthday. Now, my birthday is in the winter, and this happened at the end of January, so obviously, as you guys can tell, my birthday, is more than likely in February. So anyways, I'm not telling what day though, but it's the week before my 13th birthday, and I was homeschooled. Not homeschooled anymore, but back then I was. So anyways, I was homeschooled, and my mom was inside getting me and Lightning Bolt Pro's homeschooling set up, and Lightning Bolt Pro is my sister, as for any of you who didn't know that. She is my sister. And so anyways, she was inside, my mom was inside getting our homeschooling stuff ready, and my grandmom was sitting by the window in one of these recliner chairs, because we had two of them before, but we got rid of one, because it was getting broken and all. So anyways, before I go off topic, so anyway, she was watching us by the window, just, keeping an eye on us, and I was getting ready to go inside. All of a sudden, I slipped. I was walking up my driveway, and all of a sudden, I slipped. And when I slipped, I've slipped many times in my life before, but never actually gotten this seriously injured. I slipped, my legs went up in the air, literally. Not joking, they really went up in the air. And I fell really, really hard straight down on my hip. It hurt so bad. It was so painful. I can't even explain the pain. It was so painful. So my grandmom says to my mom, "Oh my God, Elizabeth's down. Elizabeth's down. You gotta go out and get her. We gotta go, help her. See if she's okay." So my mom rushes out the window, and not out the window, out the door. No, she can't rush out the window. Out the door. And by the way, my name is Elizabeth. For any of you who didn't know that. And she rushes out the door, gets me up off the ice, brings me inside, has to drag me inside, because 1, I was really numb from the coldness of the ice, and 2, I was in so much pain I could not even walk. She gets me inside, she gets me settled, she monitors me throughout the day, she calls my dad, because he was working, just to tell him what happened. So she was calling him on and off throughout the day just to keep him updated and all. Finally, at one point, she tries to get me up to walk. It was really hard for me to stand up because it hurt, and I could not walk. My foot was literally turned out sideways. My mom's like, "No, no." She's like, "Turn your foot back in. Your foot's gotta go back in." I'm like, "Mom, I can't. I am so much pain right here. I can't do it. It really hurts. I could not turn it back. Even just try to move it slowly, it still really hurts." So anyways, my mom tries to I try to walk. Let's just say, oh my God, I can't talk. I'm so sorry, guys. I try to walk. I can't walk. So my mom calls my dad, and says, "Look, something's not right. Should I just take her over to the doctors, or what should I do?" So my dad and my grandmom actually thought I sprained it, or it was bruised, or whatever, or fractured it. So, at one point, my mom's like, "You know what?" She's like, "I'm not going to mess around. I'm just calling the doctors." So, anyways, I go over to the doctors, and I'm in, and I can't even walk. So to get me into the doctor's office, they actually had to use like one of those rolly chairs, like a computer chair, so because I could not even walk at all. So I had to use one of those rolly chairs. They get me back in a examination room, and they press on my hip, and nothing's happening. I'm completely fine. But when the doctor tried to lift up my leg, that was the most painful thing. He's like, okay, so they're like, okay, so it's not, if it was fractured or anything, it would hurt just to touch it. But when they lifted it up, it was a completely different story. So he's like, so they're like, okay, so we're gonna just tell you just to go right over to the emergency, to the ER, and get X-rays done and see what they say. So we get over to the emergency room, and I get my X-rays done. Well, first of all, it was a really, really long wait, and at one point, before they called me back, my leg that was hurt started cramping me really, really badly. So anyways, I get back and I get my X-rays when I'm in the emergency room and all. So I'm laying on the X-ray table, and they're positioning me in so many different positions just to get really good views of my hip. So I'm laying on the table. I am in so much pain. I've been in pain all that day from the time it happened till the end of the day. And I was in so much pain and all. So anyways, I get my X-rays done. Somebody comes over and says to me, they're like, oh, I really hate to say it, but your hip is broken. You got to go somewhere else and get it fixed because we can't fix it here, and we just feel more comfortable if you go somewhere else to get it fixed where there's really good doctors to fix you up. So I'm like, okay, I'm in so much pain, so once I get back into the room, I went in before I got my X-rays, not the waiting room, but like how they bring you back and all. So I get back there, I'm exhausted, I'm trying to fall asleep, but I can't, I'm laying in the bed and I'm closing my eyes and all. So finally, I get transported over in an ambulance to another hospital, a hospital that is, in another, the state above me, or, near me, because it's maybe about an hour away from where I am, so the state above me. So I get transported in an ambulance to the state above me. So anyways, I'm driving over in the ambulance, and finally we get over to the other hospital. And this hospital is a lot, it's more, how can I say it? It's a children's hospital. So I went over to a children's hospital, but I'm not saying which one, because I don't really want to give it away. So I went over to a children's hospital, and I'm in the ER there, and somebody comes in and says, it seems like I heard your hip was broken and all, and to repair it, you need surgery. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I need surgery. I was really shocked, and I was really scared too, because this was my first time actually getting surgery and going out under anesthesia, because to tell you the truth, I've never gotten into surgery in my entire life before my hip incident. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm so scared. My mom's there with me. I'm talking to my mom. I'm like, Mom, I'm really scared. How do they put you off for surgery? And, how is it? And all. Because, she kind of knows about surgery. So she was telling me and all. And, I was just nervous as anything. So anyways, I tried to sleep that night, and I couldn't. But the one thing is my leg kept jolting me, so I kept being jolted by my leg, because it would almost twitch, and I'd get up really quickly. So the next morning is when I had my surgery. Now the surgery didn't that wasn't just the only surgery. I had 4 surgeries in total. The first one was when I first broke my hip. The second one was, the first surgery was to put screws in. The second surgery was to take the screws out. because my bone was basically dying at that point. The third surgery was to smooth out the surface, but my bones were too brittle and they were just breaking, so they couldn't do it. The fourth surgery was hip replacement. So the third, after the third surgeries, my doctor said, no, look, we got to do hip replacement. You know, the bones were breaking and all. So anyways, back to what I was saying. I get my first surgery. When I come out, I am like, oh my god, did I just get my surgery done? And, you know. So I turned out really good. I had to stay overnight in the hospital. The next day, after my surgery, I finally went home. You know, I was definitely tired from everything, and I was still a little sore. Even though I was fixed, at the time, I was fixed. So that happened in January and February, so by June, I had to get my second surgery. June of 2009, I had to get my second surgery. January 2010, I think, I had to get my third surgery. In November 2010 was my final surgery, was the hip replacement. And after the hip replacement, I feel so much better. I can do a lot more things. I just cannot do sports. I can't do anything high impact, jumping, running, skipping, hopping. I can't do trampoline. I can't roller skate. I obviously can't ice skate. I can't skateboard. I can't cheerlead. I can't dance. I can't do football, baseball, basketball, soccer, anything high impact on my hip. Because if I do, it'll break it again, and I'll have to get surgery all over again. Like my hip replacement, let's just say, will be broken, and I'll need to get it fixed. So, I was 14 when I got my hip replacement, and that was a couple years ago, because I'm 17 now. That was a couple years ago, and I am doing so well from it. And for any of you kids out there who are getting or had hip replacement, well, first of all, if you guys are getting hip replacement, I know you're really, really, really nervous, and especially for kids. I know you guys are so super nervous, because believe me guys, I was really, really nervous about my hip replacement. I was so scared. When the time was coming, I was really happy to get it fixed, because I know I'd be fixed and I won't have to be in any more pain. But I was also super nervous too, to be honest. But just so you guys know, I know exactly what you went through. I know exactly what you're going through. I went through it. It was so bad. It was a real big nightmare. I didn't really like it at all. I didn't even, want to go through it. So I just want you guys to know that I'm here with you. I'm here for you. I know all about it. If you guys are, question anything about it, just write it in the comments below. If you guys like this video, great. If you don't, that's okay too. I mean, it's up to you guys. I'm not forcing you guys to like it or not to. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, and another thing about my hip replacement, I'm not in any more pain anymore. I just get achy. I ache in my hip and also in my other joints, like in my knees especially. My hip and my knees ache about the most out of my joints. So yeah, so the only thing after hip replacement, you will get very achy. And sometimes you may hear squeaks. So you will get achy. So yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I know, I'm sorry if it's really boring to you guys, but I just wanted to do it because, just to tell you guys, you're not alone. I know exactly what you're going through. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I really hope you enjoyed it, so I'll see you soon with another video. See you later, bye!